Hello YouTube, I am here to do a general brief overview, well maybe not so brief, of this Malden Karma that I picked up recently at maldenguitars.com. They're actually having a blowout sale of all their current stock, which is all Korean made. Apparently they're shifting their manufacturing over to USA, and you know, in the process of moving, they're just blowing out all their current stock. So this a few months ago, the direct pricing through the website was $569. They're currently going for $220, which is just a ridiculous price, considering the quality of the guitar. I mean, it's not. If you're trying to compare it to a $2,000 or $3,000 Gibson Les Paul or PRS, obviously it's going to fall a little short, mainly in the electronics. But if you compare it to other $500 or $600 import guitars, it compares quite favorably. It's a solid body, mahogany body and neck with a flame maple cap. Beautiful flame maple finish, by the way. It's it's actually really, really nice book matched finished. This is the vintage sunburst. They've also got a natural and then a walnut, but the walnut stains, those are out of stock. I already know. Standard 2 humbuckers, dual volume and tone controls, and a 3-way switch. Obviously the electronics aren't the greatest in the world. I mean, you've got your standard alpha mini pots for your potentiometers. One of the reasons I bought this guitar, and one of the reasons I'm making this video, is because I'm planning on replacing the pickups and the electronics. I'm going to go with the Lumitone humbuckers, which I've already got those in. So basically I'm going to be running through just some various stuff, fairly simple stuff, and then I'm going to come back and do it after the modifications so that I can splice together an actual A/B comparison video and really see how much the new hardware makes a difference. I'm using the Line 6 HD 500, which is out of view here, and I don't feel like picking it up. I'm just using a couple of simple. I've got a blackface preset and a Marshall JCM 800, which I'll be using. They haven't been tweaked specifically for this guitar. I'm using a kind of just a generic setting. When I'll use those same settings when I come back and do the videos with the modifications. That way I can really see how much the mods make a difference, and not, it's not going to be about dialing in the perfect tones or anything. But overall, it's a really thin guitar. It's under 1.5 inches thick. At the thickest part of the body, it's basically right at 1 3/8 inch thick. It's got a nice belly carve and a nice contoured top. So it's a really comfortable and light guitar. It doesn't have the girth of your standard Les Paul or anything. So if you're looking for that, it's not going to be necessarily a replacement for a Les Paul. It's its own guitar. And just like all the Malden guitars, they've all kind of got their own little twist on kind of a more conventional styling. So they've got like the Utopias and the Liquids that look kind of like a Jazzmaster or a Jaguar, but not quite. This one, I've heard others describe it, and I agree. It's kind of, the styling wise, it's like a hybrid between a Les Paul and say a PRS single cut. But overall, it's a really good, pretty good fit and finish. No binding problems, no fret issues. The only thing I've done so far is a minor truss rod adjustment. Other than that, I haven't even done a proper setup on it yet. I'll do all that once I get the new pickups in. I just didn't want to get to the hassle knowing that I was then going to be replacing strings and totally, because I may even change the bridge and stuff. But for now, I'm going to stick with just new pickups and electronics. So anyway, sorry for the long-winded intro, but we'll get on with a little bit of playing. We're just going to start with some simple chord strumming. We'll start off in the bridge position, switch over to the bridge and neck, and then just the neck. I'm going to push the mic out of the way just because it's kind of annoying. so just a simple little chord progression. Nothing too fancy. That was using the blackface preset. We're going to stay on that blackface preset and just go through a couple of different little tunes. Starting off in, we're going to stay in the neck position. A few little screw ups, but again, this isn't about being perfect. It's just laying down some stuff for some comparisons later. And now we're switching over to the bridge middle. Alright, now let's just go into just the bridge. I don't know why it is that when the camera's rolling, I always play sloppy. It's not like there's anyone else here, but it definitely gets worse every time the camera rolls. So I gave up going for perfection on these takes a long time ago. Well, not that long ago because I haven't been doing it that long, but you get the idea. Anyway, we're going to switch over to the JCM mod. Let's go ahead and go back to the bridge middle. Alright, now we're going to switch over to just the bridge. And let's go ahead and kick on a little bit of extra overdrive. there you have it. That is the Malden Karma with stock pickups, stock electronics. And sorry about the crappy playing, but well, like I said, every time the camera's rolling, my playing for some reason gets worse than it usually is. Not that it's all that great to begin with, but definitely always seem to, my brain kind of freezes up. So anyway, there you have it, and I've actually already got the Illumitones. They came in yesterday, so hopefully I'll get those installed pretty soon and go ahead and do a video with the Illumitones and the stock electronics, which are, the Illumitones are really designed for 250K pots, and this has the 500K pots, so it's actually going to probably be a little bit trebly, but just, we'll have that way I'll have that as a comparison, and then I'll do another one once I get the new electronics in. So sorry for the I know it's a little bit of a long video here, but